Hey Metalheads, willkommen zum Metals Forever, Show Nummer 116 am 11.06.2021. So, liebe Freunde, heute haben wir erstmal eine gute, schlechte Nachricht. Die gute ist Freitag und wir haben heute auch unseren Fanclub-Tag, Fanclub-Party. Die schlechte Nachricht, wir warten immer noch auf unseren Gast. Er hat sich aber schon angemeldet, er ist ein bisschen später. Macht aber nichts. Dann müssen wir heute vielleicht einen Song mehr spielen vor. Aber auf alle Fälle hat er geantwortet. Ich war ein bisschen nervös, denn auf James Rivera habe ich natürlich schon Bock heute. Auf Helstar. Und hoffentlich klappt alles. Wir konnten also nichts checken. Wir springen also ins kalte Wasser. Aber das haben wir ja, das kennen wir ja schon. Das haben wir ja schon beim Metal Marathon gehabt. Und es geht. Normalerweise geht es. Wenn es nicht geht, dann geht es nicht. So. Was gibt's Neues? Ja, ich habe es heute gepostet auf meiner Facebook-Seite. Der Juli ist jetzt voll und im August haben wir schon 4 Bookings und für September haben wir was Gewaltiges am Start. 2 gewaltige Sachen. Verrate ich aber noch nicht, weil erst wenn es sicher ist, dass sie wirklich kommen, dann geben wir es bekannt. Aber haltet euch fest, das wird ein Fest. Kann ich euch schon mal versprechen. Vielleicht der größte eigentlich, den wir bis jetzt hatten. Aber mal schauen. Lass uns überraschen. Es kann immer anders, als man denkt. So, ich würde mal sagen, der heutige Metalhead, man nennt sie mittlerweile the Queen of Luftpumpen. Ihr wisst schon, wie es ist, oder? Unsere verrückte Nadine. Here we go, Metalhead of the Day. Und die verrückte Nadine. Ich sag's ja, Luftpumpen und Gurken. Das haben wir jetzt davon. Das kommt davon. Wenn Haufen anfangen zu spinnen, dann spinnen alle. So. Gurken und Luftpumpen. So war das gekommen. So, eigentlich habe ich gedacht, wir machen Heavy Metal Sendung. Jetzt gibt's, ja, ihr wisst. Schön, dass das so ist. Geil. Mir gefällt das super. Übrigens muss ich sagen, heute werde ich ein bisschen länger mit der Ansage machen. Mir gefällt es so, wie wir untereinander umgeht, speziell jetzt im Fanclub, auf der Fanclub-Seite, die jetzt nicht im Fanclub sind, die wissen natürlich nicht, was da im Fanclub selber los ist, aber es ist ganz toll, wie er miteinander umgeht, wenn jemand krank ist, da wird ihn angenommen und genau so habe ich es mir gewünscht gehabt und genau so ist es gekommen und ich bin ganz stolz. Ganz, ganz toll. Macht mein Herz, lasst mein Herz lachen und wärmt mein Herz, dass in einer kalten Zeit immer noch Menschlichkeit gibt und dass dem, was nicht geht, gut geht, dass man ihnen annimmt und denen hilft. Ganz, ganz geil, liebe Freunde. So, bevor es losgeht, erst einmal ein Gruß an die Sponsoren und dann hangeln wir uns mal durch die Sendung. Mal schauen, wie weit es geht. Okay? Die Metal is Forever Rockcast Show wird präsentiert von Hardline, das Rock- und Metal-Magazin. Überall erhältlich, wo es Zeitschriften gibt. Im Abo besonders günstig. 6 Ausgaben zu 25 €. Holt es euch. Hardline, das Rock- und Metal-Magazin. Der Vegan Ashes of Rock'n'Roll. Veganer Lifestyle ist lebendiger Rock'n'Roll. Wir sind Rebellen. Wir sind Veganer. Wir lieben das Leben und leben es mit jeder Menge Spaß. Fliesenspitzner, Ihr zuverlässiger Handwerker für alle Aufgaben rund um das Verlegen von Fliesen, Platten, Mosaik und Naturstein. Crazy Stuff Tattoo in Schwandorf. Tätowierer aus Leidenschaft. Dein Tattoo-Studio in privater Atmosphäre und für individuelle Tattoos. Luftraum Fürstenfeldbruck. Die Rock- und Metal-Kneipe. Jede Woche von Donnerstag bis Samstag Rock und Metal vom Feinsten. Power Concerts Burg Lengenfeld. Wenn es um Konzerte geht, dann Power Concerts. Karten gibt's an allen bekannten Vorverkaufsstellen. Backguard Studios. Zusammenarbeit mit Indiscreet Audio. Das Metal Dream Team für die metallischen Produktionen vom ersten Ton bis zum fertigen Produkt seid ihr bei uns an der richtigen Stelle. Meldet euch unverbindlich bei uns. The Metal is Forever. Schwammerhandler. Fanshop Story Mall. Der offizielle Partner der Metal is Forever Rockcast Show. Rock of Angels Records. Von Metal-Fans für Metal-Fans. The home of Rock and Metal. Roar! Ja, besten Dank an Sponsoren. So, unser Aufwärmer heute für einen mächtigen Abend. Wir haben viele, viele geile Songs ausgesucht, natürlich inklusive unser Headliner, wenn er nur kommen würde. Also das ist jetzt die Frage, wie lange es so braucht. Aber er arbeitet noch, hat er gesagt. So, wir schauen mal. Heute macht unser der Aufwärmer oder der Warm-Up Junkyard Drive. Die Jungs möchte ich auch mal einladen. Ziemlich coole Band. Und der Song heißt Let It Burn. And here we go. Let the madness begin. Jawohl, Junkyard Drive. So, der James hat mir gerade geschrieben, er ist bald da. Dann werden wir noch schnell einen hinterherlegen. Nicht ganz so hart, denke ich mal. Oder mal was Lustiges. Der Gast G hat ein nagelneues Album oder ein neues Single rausgebracht und da schaut er ganz anders aus. und es kommen auch Katzen vor. Also er mag Muschis, habe ich schon gesehen. Speziell die haarigen Muschis, die mag er. Pass mal auf. Gasti, Fierce. Jawohl, Gast G. Sehr sympathischer. Ja, war interessant, das Interview. Für alle, die Neuen, Gast G war ja schon bei uns zu Gast, ganz am Anfang. Könnt ihr euch in der Library schauen. Und habt ihr schon mal gesehen in Forum, das sind die ganzen Folgen immer Update. Also am Sonntag tue ich immer die Woche updaten. Und dann haben wir, das könnt ihr alles mal nachschauen, wer schon alles da war. Unglaublich. Ja, wir müssen noch mal was reinhauen. Jetzt tue ich heute alles rein, was eigentlich danach alles kommen würde. Aber scheiß drauf, wir haben so viel Programm. Der Mike Tirelli von Holy Mother hat wieder eine neue Nummer heraus. Geile Nummer und die Nummer heißt Mean Street.
Here
Holy Mother, Mean Street, live am 5.7. Mike Tirelli, live im Interview. And he is here. I see you, James. One more song from you, motherfucker. This will be a pleasure now to talk to a real vampire. Fucking hell. So cool. Liebe Freunde, James Rivera is in the house. And here is Helstar and Dark Incarnation. Yes, Dark Incarnation, Mother of the Night. And here he is, the man, the legend, Mr. James Rivera from Helstar. Good evening.
Hey, how are you?
James, you made it.
Yes. Yeah. I was going to tell you, you're the strangest Filipino I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and you're the strangest vampire I has ever seen too.
In the daytime, I know, right? I have a special sunscreen that allows me to come out in the daytime.
Okay, very cool. James, how are you? Everything good?
Oh man, doing wonderful. Just just feeling better that I see how things are slowly coming back to normal. After the chaos that we all went through for a year and a half, practically.
Absolutely. Let's talk later about how this pandemic struck you. You have actually one song. This fits perfectly. James, I follow you throughout my life as a metal maniac since the 80s.
Oh,
yes, I mean. There are some bands, you realize that's the real thing, I not long ago, 2 weeks ago, I had Jeff from Vicious Rumors here. He says hello to you.
Oh, yes, good.
Yes, and I played 2 songs with you on it, and I said, damn, I was so happy when I saw you. And I tell you, I couldn't say it to Jeff, but now I say it. When I listen to all the singers, Vicious Rumors, for me, the best fit was you. This was the voice, the screaming, it was perfect.
Here, see, that's a hug. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's true. Especially the shows in Germany. You have a connection to Germany, no?
Oh yeah, and you know what's funny? That this is so ironic that you're talking about the Vicious Rumors things, because I've been talking on the phone with Thane, who was the guitar player that toured with us at the time. Thane with the curly hair. And he came in and out of Vicious Rumors just like I did several times. And he's got a new project and he's trying to get signed, on this. And so he was asking me for a little advice. And so, I'm going to send his stuff to Massacre and stuff. And it's funny how you brought that up. And we were talking about how, if it wasn't for me, the classic Vicious Rumors sound would have never came back, and no telling what would have happened to them. But when we look back to Warball, we did so many things. And then I got kind of nosy and I went on Wikipedia, and if you look up Vicious Rumors, it says all kinds of things. And it says that then finally they did Warball with James Rivera from Helstar, and it was the first time ever that they went back to the classic Vicious Rumors era. And that made me cry. I was like, wow.
the videos I saw, this I think was the Keep It True festival or Bang Your Head. I know what was it. And
Bang Your Head, baby.
And your face says everything. You smiled. You had so much joy, and you fit the perfectly. But before we enter in the 2000s, how you start, James? What is the humble beginning of James Rivera back in the 70s?
What was that?
Back in the 70s, when you realized you're a vocalist.
When I realized when I was a vocalist is when I got into um, the British German invasion of what was to become heavy metal, which heavy metal the term hadn't even existed in America in 1977, let's say. I'm trying to be precise here. And, my first idol was Alice Cooper. And then from Alice Cooper, I went to, I got to back up further. I mean, I loved the Beatles when I was really little. And then in the 70s, I got into Alice Cooper and then Black Sabbath. And then from that moment on, other heavier, darker music came my way. But then all of a sudden, UFO and Judas Priest, and it was Scorpions Taken by Force that really grabbed me by the throat. And I was in high school at the time, and a friend of mine had the record. And we listened to that every day after school. And then when I started to get into all that European movement, and it was becoming now, it was taking over. The Ted Nugents and the Aerosmiths were taking a back seat, and I never cared for. I know people are probably gonna say, you know what, take him and throw him out of the country. But I never really cared for a lot of the U.S. bands at that time in the 70s. I guess once I decided that I wanted to sing, it was Klaus Meine and Taken by Force that made me start becoming what you call the closet singer, shower singer. Oh, and then when I was driving in a car, a friend of mine, one of my best friends I grew up with since I was 7 years old. Now we're, in high school, we're just out of high school. And I put on that Scorpions for him, and he didn't know what that was because, again, like I said, everybody was shoved Kiss and Aerosmith and da-da-da-da. And so anyways, I put on that. He goes, wow, that's cool. And I started singing to it in the car. And then he really freaked out. And then like about 2 weeks later, he says, hey, dude, I went to this guy's house, and these young kids, dude, they have a little band in their garage, and they play all that stuff that you like, that whatever Priest Judas and that's Priest Judas, Scorpions and they play all that stuff. And I go, really? Was the oddest thing in the world, but these kids were into that same movement. And so he said, you need to come see them play. Well, I went to go see them play, and then he goes, oh man, you guys should hear him sing it. And they played He's a Woman, She's a Man. They played Doctor, Doctor. And I'm just going like, what is going on? And man, he can sing this stuff. And I was like, oh no, I was all embarrassed. Well, they gave me a microphone. They plugged it into the bass player's amp. We didn't even have a PA or anything. We're talking a garage band. And I sang a couple of songs. And then the next thing they know, they go, hey man, you want to join the band? And that's how it started. And so the band was called Death Wish, and Heaven and Hell, the record had just came out. Animal Magnetism, British Steel, all that stuff had just came out. And so you could imagine what our set list was like for our first show at a school in the auditorium, because they were all in school still. So it was their talent show. I was already out of school. I was already 20 at the time. And so, we did the show, and we did all those songs. And the next thing you know, we became the biggest sensation at the backyard parties, while all these other backyard party bands were playing Ted Nugent and Aerosmith and whatever else was popular at the time, and REO Speedwagon. We would play these backyard parties, and you either scared the hell out of all the young kids that hadn't been turned on to that yet, or you just got that like, oh my God, what is this? And we kind of made the movement for heavy metal in Houston in 1980, and
so you was hooked. You was hooked on this music.
The rest was history.
It's nice. You say history. Your history is incredible. Holy, I always thought, it's Helstar, of course, and they have some bands and Vicious Rumors, but no, what the fuck? Let me see. Let me see. Distant Thunder, Sabbath, Judas Sabbath, Dawn Rider, Germany. So he was in a German band?
I did a guest. I did a guest song for that. That
Okay.
yeah.
Chaotic Order, Flotsam and Jetsam, Killing Machine, Malachi's Reign, Vigil's Thrasher, Dagger's Edge, Denim Leather, New Eden, Bad Heaven, Children of the Grave, James Rivera's Metal Asylum, James Rivera's Metal Asylum, a tribute to the Scorpions. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
James Rivera's tribute to Alice Cooper. Here we go.
Yeah.
A tribute to Black Sabbath, a tribute to Judas Priest. So you made bands and tribute bands to all your heroes from before.
Right. And my latest
Unbelievable.
tribute is like really freaking people out, and they're loving it. I haven't had one person say they hate it yet. I've just had some people go like, man, I never really cared for those bands back in the day, but the way y'all play the songs, dude, that's great. It's called James Rivera's Metal Wave. And it's because of the pandemic, I got bored and I started to think about, okay, I've already done tributes and saluted my heroes of metal for over 20 something years now on top of my original career. And I said, what else is there to do? And then it's like I talk to myself. I have two different personalities. I have Vampiro and I have James. And then Vampiro said, well, what is the other style of music that you like besides metal, James? Now be honest with yourself. You know you love new wave and dark wave very much, right? Depeche Mode, The Cure, Sisters and Mercy. And I'm like, oh, you're right. I've never heard a band do that metal. No, that's what we do now. And that's where the creation came from. So the new tribute, as a matter of fact, I have a show in San Antonio, Texas tomorrow, is we do all those bands, but we do it metal. So imagine Helstar, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden playing The Cure, Depeche Mode, Sisters of Mercy, Echo and the Bunnymen songs. And that's my newest thing. That's kind of exciting and new.
We have one little problem. You have 10 albums already, but I can't play all because of one label called Orchard. And Orchard is a pain in the ass for me because all the good stuff I can't play. But luckily, you're on Massacre and AFM. This I can play because we are whitelisted. So I chose some of the songs. The first was Dark Incarnation, Mother of the Night. Yes. What is to say about this song?
Well, the song is about a very evil satanic witch. I mean, we're talking like not your little witch that rides around on a broom or anything like that. We're talking just this evil satanic witch. Basically, Larry had turned me on to this movie, kind of a B-rated movie, underground movie. And it's about this, that basically she grants you anything you want, but your soul is the price that you pay. So, that's basically what it's about. It's about this witch that's just, and the funny thing is that when he gave me the idea of the song, he wrote half the lyrics, I write half. That's how me and Larry Berrigan have been writing for years. We collaborate on lyrics, but he starts an idea, he hands it over to me, I come up with this, and then we kind of do it together. Sometimes he writes one all on his own, sometimes I write one all on my own. But this one, so he told me about this. Then I saw the movie. And you will not believe this, the bridge that I wrote, that's the part that says, in your sleep, she'll appear as beauty divine. Well, that part, that bridge, I actually dreamed that. And it scared the hell out of me. And basically, in my dream, there was this beautiful lady in my bedroom window. And I could see me sleeping and my two cats. And the window started opening, and she came in and she took my hand and we started floating out the window. But as we were floating out the window, the white gown started turning black and the beauty started turning into this demonic, ugliest thing I have ever seen. And that's why I'm saying, no, I don't want to go. That really happened.
James, you have a light because if not, you can join soon the Commodores because it get dark and darker.
Oh, I get okay. Yeah, I do. I can put on the light. Will that help some? Let me see if this will help.
James Rivera's Commodores.
Yes. Is that better?
Yeah, if the light would be in front of you, much better, but it's a little bit better.
Okay, let's try this.
You see, that's live.
Nah. Is that better?
Now you have a face. Before you get darker and darker.
There we go. Now everybody can see me. I was going to wear the fangs for you, but I thought, well, I don't know. You know, I think the people would appreciate it. But to be honest, they're at the dentist getting cleaned up for tomorrow night.
The next song from 2004, live track, and I was happy to see some live stuff, which actually camera could be better, but the sound is good, and raw action. Angel of Death.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, it's a killer. Let's play first. All right. Let me talk a little bit about Angel of Death.
Okay.
Here we go.
Inside of Germany. Sing out along the night, the souls assembling, talking in on to the cynical man. I see the axe in the dark, burning the hands of men. Angel of death in the branches of darkness. Angel of death, shadows behind you. Angel of death, fire. and the Martian angel of death is good. Ha 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 ha.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I
Raw
remember
power.
that. It seems like yesterday, but that's probably what, 15 years ago now? Shoot, I don't even remember.
17 years ago.
Okay.
James,
Okay.
you're born on the 5th April 1960. So
Yes,
you are 61 year old.
I know, right?
How you keep your voice in shape that you still do the screaming and when you see all the other vocalists except Ronnie James Dio, he died with his vocal cords intact. So how you keep this in shape with this hard stuff you sing? I mean, I'm a vocalist by myself, and
You know, it's hard to explain. I mean, there's a scientific reason. There's a just say the stars were aligned kind of reason. I mean, it's a combination of a couple of things. Is somehow, whether it's whatever higher power you believe in, God, you know, I believe in there's some vampire god or whatever. Somehow I was blessed and born with this, and a lot of singers, they're actually really born with that gift. So it's once I know that people can give voice lessons, and you don't be surprised how many people have asked me, "Hey, will you give me voice lessons?" And I shun away from it because I'm kind of like, you know, I really don't know how to teach you how to sing. I just know how because it was given to me somehow. I can explain to you how there are certain things you can teach people, how to take care of your voice and how to properly sing, which I was trained. But that's a lot of it. So a lot of it is from what I was taught from the early days. I didn't take voice lessons until after Burning Star. After Burning Star, so I'm a natural born singer, obviously. And then after Burning Star, I started having like losing my voice after a few songs when we only did so many shows anyways back then. But I knew that that wasn't normal. And that's when I got taken in the arms of the Houston Opera Club trainer that I met through a friend that drew some artwork for us. And he introduced me to her, and he gave her the Burning Star album. And he said, "Hey, this guy is interested in learning how to really sing and listen to his album." So a couple of days later, the phone rang. It was her. And she said, you know, she introduced herself, Cheryl Hodgkinson. I'll never forget her. I wish I could find her to this day. And she says, you know, yeah, he turned me onto your record. He told me you're looking for voice lessons. And she taught also at this special high school for kids that had special art gifts, like whether it was either art or music, or it was called HSPBA, Houston School of Performing Visual Arts. And you went to that high school if you had this talent, instead of a normal high school. And she was the music trainer and everything there. And then she said, well, I listened to the record, and I have to tell you, there's not much I can really teach you. And then my heart sank, like, oh God, that means that's horrible. She goes, because you obviously have a natural born voice, but what I can teach you is how to take care of it. And she said, I would love to work with you, but not at the school. I'm going to take you to my home privately. And I took private lessons at her house. And that's where I learned all the breathing and all these weird things. And one of the main exercises every day I had to do was put 3 phone books, these huge phone books, on lay on my back, on my stomach, and breathe up and down 100 times with these books. And so it trained me how to sing from my diaphragm, which is the most important thing. Then she sent me to a throat specialist doctor, and then he took me and taught me how to, and a speech therapist, all this things I had to learn to how to breathe and how to re-talk and how to this, that, everything else. And you know, what not to do and what to do. And back then, you know, I smoked a lot of pot. He's like, all right, no more cigarette joints, water bong with ice, and you know, this so you don't burn the vocal cords. And you know, hey, I'm not ashamed to admit all that. I mean, we all were young at one point, did crazy things, and just all these little things. And then he always told me the most important thing in the world is sleep. So luckily I'm a cat lover, and I do sleep at least a minimum of 8 to 10, 11 hours a day. That's just daily. That's just the way I am. On tour, 12. You won't even see me until, you know, dinner time. And then people mistake me for being lazy, and I go, no, it's because of my vocals. I need to get proper rest. But it does get me out of doing other duties. You know, I blame it on the vocals. Like, dude, it's 3 o'clock. You know, are you gonna go cut the yard? Oh no, I still need 2 more hours for the vocal cords. Sorry. So, but anyways,
you know, but you're lucky.
And Jägermeister. And there's a scientific reason behind that, is that really licorice is very good for your vocal cords because it's a slippery substance. So Jägermeister became a monkey on my back for the last 20 years. And I've slowed down on it. I've actually completely for a while, because, you know, it starts getting old when you wake up and one shoe is missing and one shoe is on, and you're like, what happened? I don't remember anything.
It was a cat. You know,
yeah, it was the cat.
Remember,
Yeah.
I had exactly the same in the 80s. I had my first metal band called Lucifer, you know, and I, after one rehearsal, I lost my voice completely for 3 days because I screamed all the time. I was very highly influenced by Rob Halford, the screaming, you know.
Oh yes.
And then I went exactly like you, and now then I made a career as an Elvis tribute, which I had 280 shows per year to make, you know, and yes, and people watch me and say, Richie, I don't see you breathing. How you breathe when you do all your show? I say, that is that I breathe from here, you know, it's not here. I sip a little bit, but so, and don't use the vocal cord. Use the vocal cord as an instrument and not scream via.
There you
and
go.
then
the vocal cords are
exactly.
they're just for the tuning. The power and everything comes from here, and people don't know that.
On all singers outside, if they're, I have a problem if I do a rock show, and I shout at the people. That is where I get a problem with my voice. I say, "Are you fucking ready?" That is where I use my vocal cords, because I not as the moment I sing, I'm in control. You know, that is the problem.
Yeah,
but
I'm the same way. I have a habit of talking really loud, and so like if I talk on the phone, you know, somebody's like, "Man, what did I do? What did I do to piss you off?" I go, "Nothing. I was just why." They go, "Why are you shouting at me?" I'm not shouting at you. I'm just telling you how much I love you. Damn it! Merry Christmas.
And Easter, hey. So now we jump right to 2021 because you have a new album.
Wow.
And what about Across the Raging Seas?
Oh yes, that's a great song. That song, Larry wrote he wrote all the words to that one. And what a lot of people was because, you know, right now I'm totally all into the vampirism, and Vampiro is coming, by the way. He'll be here in a little bit. He said that he promised that he would show up. So the dentist is almost done with him, folks. So you will get to see Vampiro. But so everybody thinks that now everything is vampire related, and a lot of it is because, you know, from Nosferatu, you know, that was so long ago. But the album Vampiro brought everything back to that, and I finally got to live out that image, and now that is my nickname forever. And it is, and that's just the way it, people expect to see me now. They don't expect me to be normal anymore. They're like, there's Vampiro. Matter of fact, it's my nickname just to a lot of people. They don't even call me James anymore. They're like, hey, Vampiro, you want another shot of Jaeger? Yeah, sure, why not, man? Thank you. All right, hey. But anyways, so everybody thinks that all this songs, they're tied into vampirism at some point or another, and they're not really on this album. The band gave me the love and the support to live out this whole James is now a vampire all the time, period, no matter what. But I'm not forcing them that everything they write has to be about vampires. So like I said, the song about the witch. Now, if you were to allow me to say, yeah, but she was Dracula's cousin, I can still tie in some kind of vampire theme to it, no matter what, and no matter how you look at it. So this one interview I did, the guy goes, when I told him what the song was about, he goes, I thought it was about the ship that brought Dracula to London, from the book. And I go, I like that. See, that's a good one there. Actually, it's about Japanese kamikaze pilots. So it has nothing to do with vampires. But if you ask me, I go, yes, but it was Dracula that hypnotized them, that gave them the power to drive those planes into the ships. So, yeah, but that's what the song's about.
You see, we got a compliment from Elke. She's a great singer as well. And
I see all these comments, but I can't reply to the comments. I can just read them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Because the private chat is between you and me.
I love you too. Man. This is FBI stuff. And if you tell anybody about this, we have to kill you. You know how that is. Yeah, CIA shit.
Let me one question before we go to the song. Who was the best Dracula for you, actor? I tell you what was by far Christopher Lee. And yours?
Christopher Lee, hands down. Hammer Films is really when the real Dracula really came to life. If you ask me, that is really the Dracula. That is, to me, that is what the real, if there was really the Dracula, that's what he would be. He would be Christopher Lee. Bela Lugosi was too romantic and too, there was just something about him. I mean, of course, I worship the movie. The Nosferatu guy I love a lot, but he was ugly as shit, But, so, and that's kind of what they say that vampires really look like. They weren't handsome. They stink.
You ever went to Romania? To Transylvania?
When I was singing for Vicious Rumors, though, we were supposed to go to Romania. And how forward I was looking to that. And we were in Thessaloniki, Greece, and we got word that, hey guys, we're stuck in Thessaloniki for the next 3 days because the next show was going to be in Serbia after Transylvania. And we're like, wow, what happened?
So this is your bucket list for sure on top, right?
Yeah, this was a war ball and Vicious Rumors Agent Steel tour. And they said the promoter ran off with all the money.
Let's play some fantastic music. Here is Across the Raging Seas. Here we go.
And
across the raging seas. Very, very cool. I get on.
You have the name
Here we are.
wrong here. It should say Vampiro Helstar, not James. He must go feed the cats and take care of some duties. And I said I take over for a little while. And I talked to Richie. And I said, I think Richie won't mind if I say hello.
Yes. And say hello to my co-pilot now, to Eagle Andras.
Hey, James.
I love your name,
James.
Eagle.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you too. Nice
Nice
neck.
to meet you.
Very nice neck, yeah. Very well structured.
Hey, be careful.
Very long, very easy for me to get to. Yes, I like
No, not very easy, because my father was actually born in Carpathia in Transylvania, so you better be careful. Maybe I'm one of you.
So you got connections. Okay, then I don't touch you. I know your daddy. Yes. I know your puppy. He's okay. Good man.
Okay, it's okay.
Hey!
Here we go. You see, Andras is in the house, and we have some fun. Fucking hell.
Now we have some.
Nice, James.
If it was not so early, I would have me a nice German beer, but it's only 2 o'clock here, and much too early.
It doesn't look so comfy. I guess it's even more stressful than singing. What you're wearing in
Are these? Now I can talk and sing perfect with them.
Great.
It's funny. I know a lot of people think that they're like, how the hell do you sing with those things? And I go, well, it was hard at first, but if you notice, talking's harder than to sing. If you notice, I'm starting to go, you know, but singing, because I sing with my mouth open anyway. And so they don't bother me, you know. It's talking that does, you know.
So suddenly in the front row, somebody lost an eye because of your fangs, you know.
Yes, exactly.
But you know what? After many decades, you finally found your thing. So keep on going with that.
Thank you.
I would say there are a lot of stories ahead.
Yes, totally.
You know, James, when you spoke, you told a story from before, and I had a flashback when Jeff was here. You guys are so long in the scene, 4 decades of heavy metal, you know, and you have still this fire, this fun and this pleasure, you know. So you and Jeff, especially you two guys, it's unbelievable. 40 years nearly, and you have the same fire. How comes? Is this the heavy metal who still keeps you going and talking, and you're not sick and tired of all this stuff? What is it, James?
It's a combination of everything. It's to me, real metalheads such as us three right now, and whoever's watching and all the comments. What people don't realize that is heavy metal wasn't a fashion or a fad. It's a way of life. So
yes.
This is my religion. So if we could make a small little country and we all lived on that one little country, that would be our nationality, you know, and that's all you would hear. And everywhere you went was metal, you know? And so, but it's also, the passion of, you know, I love the sing. I love meeting people. I love performing. I love recording. I love all that stuff. Well, and then after 40 years being in the business, at this point, I realize, no, I'm probably never going to drive a Porsche and live in a big house with a swimming pool. That's okay. But I can still make music. I can still put a roof over my head. I can still do this until I die. Well, is there a retirement plan for me? No, I'll die with a microphone in my hand. But that's the road that I chose. I used to work at a law firm when my music career took off. And I took the exit off the freeway from going to the law to becoming a lawyer. There are times when I think, man, I should have never took that exit. But there are times when I tell myself, yeah, but what kind of boring life would you have had by now? no telling, you know.
You know, James,
it's a way of life.
Tommy Lee, he said he has this mansion or this villa and big swimming pool, but he never used it because he was always on tour. And now, because of the pandemic, a year ago, suddenly he has time to enjoy the pool. So even you have this luxury, but you can't use it, you know. So because you're always on tour, you know. So I think in the end of the day, when you look back on your life, I say, man, what a fucking ride! What a cool ride was it, you know? I agree with you 100%.
I wouldn't change a thing, you know. Yeah, it's the way it was written to happen. So why bother with it? That's just the way it is. This is.
And your happy face says everything. Your face in front of the audience, that is your life. That is absolutely. When I saw Vicious Rumors with you, two clips, and the happy smiling face and the screaming voice, I go, fuck, that's the real deal. That exactly was for me the real deal.
Oh, well, that's but, you know, I enjoy it. I enjoy and the sad part about being on tour or when you play is the whole day of the waiting, the sound check, this, and then that hour and a half of the real, you know, what your heart was just waiting for is over like that. Yes. And you're like, you know what? From now on, we were just talking about this, and this is on a serious note too. We're not sure when we're going to start doing this, but Larry and I were talking, and we said, you know, with Helstar being around for so long and so many albums, that, you know what we're going to start doing when we start playing, especially like our home shows in Texas? No more openers. It's going to be an evening of Helstar, and we're going to do a 3-hour show, just like Rush and the rest of these guys. And I said, you know what? I like that idea. I think people would enjoy that, because then we can play. Because, you know, at the end of the night, people are like, oh, I have a great show, but you didn't play this, and you didn't. Oh, I was hoping to hear. And then, you know, that makes you feel bad, because you're like, well, God, how many albums? You know, we can't play 6 hours, but, you know, that's a point there that we're looking at one day.
What about the song Pandemonium from 2011?
Well, isn't that self-explanatory about what's going on right now? I mean, enough said there.
I had to recheck again. In what year was it? Was it now? No. This is not a new song. So, what inspired you to write a song about a pandemic?
Actually, Larry wrote the majority of that one, and then I don't know, because, you know, all we ever hear about is negative crap over here, especially in the U.S. There's always some. I mean, it's just, and basically what we started to realize is that, there's a lot of negative stuff going on in the world, but a lot of it is over exaggerated, and the media makes a lot of money. So the more that they blow the story up, the more they put fear in our hearts. And that's what it's really about, is about how the news is over negative sometimes than what really things are. And it's just it's for sales. It's all about, at the end of the day, everything's always about this thing called a dollar sign. Well, in your case, it's a weird looking E. In our case, it's an S with 2 little things on it. Either way, they're all satanic. I know that. The devil's behind all this stuff. Now I sound like one of those Christian fanatics. It's all about the mighty dollar. It ain't about the Lord no more. But by the way, please donate some money in my basket.
Money talks, bullshit walks. Here we go. Let's listen to this great track. I love it. Pandemonium. Here's Helstar.
Our normal program in the interest of security and civil defense measures as requested by the United States government.
Holy shit, raw power.
Yeah, that's the kind of song you put on when you want to clean house.
And also clean the world.
50 minutes.
We have
another metalhead.
Yeah, that's the song I put on when it's time to clean the coffin. Yeah.
We have to say hello to another, maybe the craziest metalhead I know, you know.
And also another singer, right? The next singer is coming. The fourth singer.
No, we have a complete change of plan.
Oh, okay.
Complete. We have a surprise guest today, a legend, the king of snoring.
Wow, I'm excited now.
The king of snoring.
It's a metal encyclopedist, or how you say about it. He knows everything about metal, I guess.
Yeah. Kind of like my guitar player. You can ask him anything. He'll tell you what time a guy was born.
Today is show number 116, you know, in this year. And when I make a mistake, there's a wrong date. Tack, he knows everything. He's a fanatic. Let's say hello to Metal Mortal.
Metal Mortal.
Hey. Hi, hello.
How are you?
Mr. Rivera.
Nice. Yeah, you have a nice neck too. I like the neck. Yes. Yeah. Notice when I first meet somebody, I don't look at your eyes, I look at your neck.
Sometimes we made us in the past. Bang your head, keep it true. Some Vicious Rumors shows.
I know you look familiar. That's why. I mean, I don't remember names, but I remember faces. You know.
Thanks.
And maybe you remember the voices because he has the ugliest voice ever. He sings every note, everything, but in the absolute wrong tune.
But I know the lyrics.
There you go. That's all that matters. Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Very soon we have Todd Michael Hall from Riot 5 and Mortal, du bist dabei, wenn Todd kommt, because I told a story. I think our audience already bored of the story, but he was behind me when I saw Riot 5 and Primal Fear in Germany. He was behind me and screamed the hell out of it. So, he said, "Oh fuck, man!" You know, in front, excellent singer, in the back, idiot. You know, but all lyrics perfect.
Yeah, see, now that's the kind of guy I'd like to hang out with all night long and hear him do that all night long. I love that.
Actually, Mortal just came out of it was a therapy, 6 weeks, huh?
Oh,
months.
A Bavarian Betty Ford clinic.
Oh, okay. I see. What was your problem?
He was a drunken fuck.
What's that?
Now he's a fuck.
He was
too
drunk
much Bavarian beer, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, we
but
all
you look,
in the
looks
past.
good. He looks
great.
good.
We've all been there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mortal schaut gut aus.
Ja,
Geht's dir gut?
wirklich. Sieht gut aus. Und very awake.
Bin zufrieden.
Hey, look, he's got a. Oh no, that's not a beer. That's what is
No,
that?
that's just a little bit of blood from Carpattia.
I was gonna say you make me hungry. Hey, that's not fair.
Wow.
And this is in Lower Bavaria we say Quash.
Ah, okay. See, I'm just pure water for me right now. Yeah.
Quatsch, konntest du brunzen, so siehst.
It's your alibi water for interviews. We know about
right.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
lying.
it's true.
It's actually vodka in a water bottle to make everybody think that he's got his shit together. He does. Yeah. No, it is really water.
Let's make some promotion, James. Pain will be thy name.
Pain will be thy name.
Tell me about
Is it another cleaning song?
It's another cleaning song, yeah. And that's a song that Larry he wrote. I think all the words for that, and I don't know what enticed him to write songs about sadism, sadistic people, people that like I think it was sort of a little bit of a combination of maybe a little bit of Hellraiser kind of movies. You remember? Because in the very first movie, the guy liked it. He liked those hooks in his back and then his butt and whatever else he did to him. But so it's about sadistic people and people that actually love receiving the pain. So that's what that's all about. And obviously the videos, pretty much.
So what would James de Rivera without Larry? He's so long with you, the longest reigning member from Helstar, right?
What's that? I'm sorry. It was cutting in and out. Yeah, we're the only two. We're the only two originals. Since he brought me in the band in 1982.
Are you his right-hand man or he's your right-hand man? What is this now?
We're both each other's right-hand man. Yeah. Matter of fact, he uses this term. Like the other day, we were talking about certain things about. We're recording some of the stuff for the metal because we're recording the Metal Wave thing. And by the way, it is going to actually get signed. And then when we come up with these parts, and then when I'll record the vocal line, and then we'll listen back to it. And right around the same time that I go, that note I should have did that. I go, dude, I was just about to say that note we should do this instead. He goes, dude, we've been married too long. I know you like a book.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I love this.
Yeah.
If there's loyalty, friendship, and all in the name of metal, that is fantastic. That's for me, it's the real deal.
Yeah, I mean he's a real brother and a real friend, and we, and it's funny that as time went on, as time goes on, you think we would be more as like other musicians, and I hate to use the word, get sick of each other. It's like we've gotten closer and closer and closer, which is really strange. Like now I wouldn't know what to do without him in my life. I'd be lost.
That's what I thought.
Yes, I would be.
Let's listen to
be
a song.
completely lost.
We have one problem. I would love to talk to you many hours, but in fact, if you want, bring Larry. We have on the 1st of October to the 3rd of October our metal marathon, the second one, 60 hours, 60 bands, and we need also guests from USA, Canada, Australia, because it's all night, all day. It's non-stop. We did one with 50 hours.
Okay.
Successful, and I would love to bring you on in the night time. So it's for you. It's a good time. But
just send me an email with the dates and remind give me the information, and I'll go to Larry's house and we'll do it from him.
And you can make it 1 or 2 hours, and talk, because especially so 3-4 o'clock in the morning in Germany, we need guests, And last time we had one guest from Crematory, Felix from Crematory.
Oh.
And he drank 1 bottle Jack Daniels and 1 bottle bourbon, Bottle, Schlafschilder.
Jack Daniels.
Na. Wo sie Handy geschaut. I look on my telephone.
Maybe he needs to go where you went.
No, in one of our shows, we had a 4-hour and 24 minutes, and he was our guest model, and suddenly he fell asleep. Suddenly he was and snoring, and this was so hilarious.
Worldwide too, How about that?
Worldwide snoring.
I think you need to get with Metal Model and go to this, Betty Ford thing,
But it's actually a good thing because Mortal is so much metal, he doesn't even leave the place. He falls asleep before the computer like this, and he wakes up and it continues. So it's not a bad thing.
And he had his headset on, exactly the same headset, and suddenly his face and the microphone is and so is he sleeping? We thought he eats a soup or something.
I love it.
Only the head, Yeah, we loved it. We screamed. Hilarious.
That's
and we
great.
had in the metal marathon like a game. Count how many times we had a small 1 minute 1 minute spot. How many times he snored, and we had 49 times count.
Per minute.
Time.
Wow.
During the metal marathon in 2.5 days.
I love it.
Let's play some music. Pain will be thy name.
Thy name.
Yes, here we go. Und ich mache jetzt schon einen Kaffee. Da könnt ihr dabei mit dem James reden. Andras, okay?
Yes.
Here we go.
Amazing, James.
Well, thank
Whoa.
you. Yeah, I'm back. I put Vampito back in his coffin. Yeah, he can only be out for so long. Yeah.
Okay.
It's enough.
Yeah.
I still I'm so fascinated by the, let's call it shrieks, or like the screaming voice of yours. We talked a little bit about the singing lessons you took, and did you discover this special voice, like for example Mike Hoey, like metal church singer? he also has a special voice. And did you discover this special scream right in the 80s, or from the beginning, or did
No.
you specially train this part of this important part of your voice?
You know what? It actually came out when I joined Helstar. Okay, so like when I joined Helstar in 1982, as I explained the story of how I started singing to begin with in 1980, I was always in just garage. We call them garage bands. And back then you did backyard parties and you did covers. And I never really could do a lot of the more complicated Judas Priest stuff. And then one day we were practicing at rehearsal, and then and Larry's their set list was they were already doing Iron Maiden and things, whereas my other band,
because like Helstar started a long time as a cover band, right?
Exactly right. So, yeah, and so they had a lot of Judas Priest in their set list. And one day, I don't know what happened, and they said, "Hey man, do you know Victims of Changes?" Now, I knew it, but did I know it? And I was so like, because I had just joined the band, and I was like, absolutely, and I'm lying to myself because I'm knowing I've never really tried to hit those notes, and they just came out. And from that moment on, I just kept doing it. And as we started writing Burning Star, I started incorporating that traditional scream, and it's been there ever since. Where it came from, I have no idea. But I'm glad it did.
So it was a normal part in the singing lessons, these screams, or
no. But once the teacher, because the Burning Star was already recorded, then to get to use the high falsetto screams was one of the most important things. Where she taught me more of where it comes from, the stomach. All this is here is just to use it for the pitch, right.
James, I have a question. Is there something in the future with Destiny's End, or is this band passed away?
It's funny you bring that up because a guy contacted us and just released, he got permission from Metal Blade Records to release the 2 Destiny albums on vinyl. And they're already sold out
on a double vinyl. I know.
Yeah, and it's caused so much creation that we, as a band, have been discussing doing another Destiny's End record, possibly. We know that if we went to Europe and did some shows, they would be monstrous. But now that you're bringing up a past band, I am doing another Seven Witches record. So that is something in the works. And matter of fact, I was just checking my phone because I had, one of the only food festivals that's happening this year in Europe is Alcatraz.
You played in August.
And and he just sent me the new updated poster. And what I see on there is Seven Witches.
It was funny
so
because
it looks like I'm coming to Europe for one show in Belgium. So, sorry, but that's not too far from Germany. So, hey, maybe I'll get to see you guys there or something. Of course, you're in the Philippines, Richie. So let me ask you something. You've been interviewing me and asking me a bunch of questions. What the hell made you go to the Philippines?
I moved to Asia 24 years ago, nearly 25 years ago.
Wow.
As a TV star, actually. He was like...
no, the TV star came later.
Leaving Germany.
C movie.
C minus movie.
No,
I moved to Asia because I became a porn star, so that's why.
Hey, there you go.
Right. Long Dong Rich,
goosebumps.
Yeah, Long Dong Rich. Yeah.
I have inverted goosebumps.
That was your movie star name, huh?
With Lady Boys.
Long Dong Rich.
Long Dong Rich.
With Lady Boys.
Oh, hör mal auf, ey.
James, do you stand on stage in Germany with Seven Witches?
Yes. Yes.
So I was.
No. You mean you talk about in Alcatraz when we come for Alcatraz?
7 witches.
Yes.
With the 7 witches.
That'll be. It looks.
In the past.
And have we played in Germany before? Yes. Yeah, plenty of times. We did the whole Overkill tour back in 2002, I believe it was, when the Passage to the Other Side record came out. And but I think that's the only time we've ever been to Europe. Was
the whole tour? The whole tour with Overkill?
Yes, the whole tour. Yes, it was a great tour.
Okay.
I have 2 questions. One from Nadine. Why you changed the bass players so often? Is there a reason?
In what band?
Well, that's the question. I don't know what you mean.
So in Helstar?
Yes.
Why are you so often changed the bass player?
Well, Jerry was in Helstar for the longest, and really, Garrick has been in the band for almost 7-8 years now. But Jerry, so for Helstar, there's only really been 2 bass players, except for the first one on the first album. But it's weird how the first lineup of Helstar, we almost don't even consider it a part of the Helstar history for some weird reason, because that was the only thing they ever did, and they never did anything else after that anyway. But really Helstar's only had really two bass players, but 3 if you want to count the first one, Paul Medina.
There's another question from Raleigh. Where the name came from? Helstar.
The name.
It's not Helstar, it's Helstar, right? How you pronounce
Helstar?
Because
where did the name come from? Well, back in the day when you created heavy metal bands, everything had to be some kind of weird dark name, right? So, I mean, it's like, hey, I'm going to call my band Satan's Hoof. Wow, that sounds cool. My garage band was called Death Wish. Well, when the guys in Helstar formed the band before I was in the band, the original guitar player who was never in the band when I was in the band anymore, he came up with the name. He says, dude, Helstar. And they loved it. And they go, but to make it unique, they dropped the 1 L. When I joined the band, I said, well, what does it mean, actually? And they all kind of looked at me like, I don't know. Who gives a fuck? It just sounds badass, right? And then I said, yeah, but, and we started writing Burning Star. And then I said, you know what Helstar means? It means an atom bomb. And they're like, what? I go, yeah, in the book of Revelations, John said, and I saw stars falling from the sky, burned 1/3 of the earth, the rivers turned to blood, and this and that, and they were like, it had destruction. Yeah, that sounds cool. Helstar actually means an atom bomb, a nuclear. Some stuff went on here where everything's kind of circling out. I don't know what's happening.
What was my first metal band called? 1983.
What was
Lucifer.
What? There you go. Well, you can't get any more dark than that.
And I saw them live.
Oh God.
1984.
84.
Oh, that's great.
You see, he's even a fan. He bought my records. Yeah.
Since 35 years.
Deal.
Damn, time
Rich.
runs.
Yeah.
Was there in 38B?
Yes. We have a, oh my God. This was when I changed from because I was so influenced, My first influence was Bon Scott, AC/DC. Then of course it was Rob Halford, and then I saw Motley fucking Crue, and I had pink shorts and stuff like this, Damn it. Anyway.
Hey, don't worry. We all wore them, I had leopard spandex, and I don't even want to talk about it, but I had a bird nest for a hairdo back then instead of this way. I had a bird nest up here. Yeah.
Yeah, even Motley had bird nest. Here, back in time. I found a great track, "Run with the Pack."
Away.
That is
Well,
that is a classic, you know.
That's our paranoid. That's our breaking the law. That's our run to the hills. You know what I'm saying? That's our heaven and hell. It's our anthem song, and then it's always the last song on every Helstar show live, and it'll always be. There's we don't even argue about that question. When
You know
we
what?
put this
You know
together.
what? Then I change it. Then I play. then I play this as the last song.
Yeah,
We follow that tradition. Then we have Helstar, Black Wings of Solitude.
Oh, that's my baby. That's my baby there.
Tell me about it.
Well, that song, we actually wrote it. It's almost going on 3 years now. And at the time we wrote it for a guy that was putting together a C-rated horror film about a glam rock band that fought zombies or something in a cemetery. And because it was a glam rock band, he wanted something a little bit more ballady and not so, pandemonium kind of stuff. And we'd never really written a ballad. So we said, sure. And then Larry goes, man, we've never really wrote something that simple. And so believe it or not, it was a challenge. And I told him, I said, well, listen, just listen to Beyond the Realms of Death. Remember that? We used to play How Much You Love That Song. Oh, yeah. Sent him a couple of Iced Earth songs that I used to love, too, that mix ballads and metal and other ones. And then he came up with the music. And then when he sent me the music, I started writing the words. And the song has 3 different meanings. Because of me being a vampire, the song is about a vampire who falls in love with a mortal. But he falls in love with her so much that he doesn't want to curse her and change her. So he ends up living his life lonely at the end of the video as you watch him walk away by himself, all sad and, yeah, shit, I guess I'm not going to get laid there anymore. But I don't have the heart to change her, In his side of the writing, because we both wrote the words together, it was dedicated to Bruce Corbett that passed away from cancer. So it's about cancer as well. Then, and also I was going through some situations similar to you, Metal Model, with a lot of drinking, and I got into some trouble. And it was about having an addiction and being cursed with some kind of a thing that and you need, I needed help. And so it's got a couple of different meanings. But the song it was so good that when we listened to it again, it was the first thing that I gave Massacre, and Thomas just fell out of his chair. And he says, we do a single. And that's how that happened. We'd never done a single before in our lives. The song was so strong that I wanted it to get all the attention it deserved and not be just on the album only as the song on an album. I wanted this song to be heard before anything else, and it deserved it. And the response we got from it was, oh my God, you guys have written the best song ever. There was a few people that were kind of like, oh, Ballad for Helstar, hey, come on, you guys. They wanted to hear, Baptized in Blood, only. And but everybody else loved the song. And we won fans over that didn't even know who we were. And people that didn't know are not into Helstar as much because we're too over their heads. So, it opened a lot of doors for us.
Let's open the door in Metal is Forever. Yes. Yes. Black Wings of Solitude. Here we go.
Very epic.
empty place. I wipe the tears that roll down your face. The walls are closing in on me, a chance to change my destiny. Defiantly I stand until the end. Save me from this endless sacrifice. Save me from eternal night. Save me from this endless sacrifice. Save me from eternal night. Wings of solitude embrace my soul. Wings of solitude embrace my soul. I have no need for your poison drip. I am free of your deadly grip. The pain of life has disappeared. I crossed the threshold without a fear. I stared you down until I made you burn. Save me from this endless sacrifice. Save me from eternal night. Save me from this endless sacrifice. Save me from eternal night. Black wings of solitude embrace my soul. Black wings of solitude embrace my soul.
Epic.
Thank you.
Majestic.
For this greatness.
You know, James.
Hugs, everybody hug. Yes.
You know, James. I'm glad you brought this up. That you had also problems with alcohol, because Metal Mortal need now our help, because it's very very hard. I quit alcohol 24 years ago. I have my 25th anniversary in September, and
Wow.
and I opened a project called Fight the Demon in 2000, so 21 years ago, and I helped already. What helped? I was in school, over 10,000 students. I talk about my story, you know, and try to help people. And I was just thinking during the song, if I have people like you who could be on board, like, you know, to make sometimes help people, because we are human beings, you know, and sometimes we are weak, and only if you're strong, you survive this, because the demon alcohol is everywhere,
Oh, yeah.
especially young people. And I'm so glad that Mortal, I saw him fucked up already. How fucked up he was like comatose, you know. After the show, he was lying there like a waste, you know. And I'm proud of him.
For me,
too.
only 9 months.
Well, hey, it's 9 months is you know what? That could be a lifetime.
We will see.
Yes, that's
After 9 months is 1 year. After 1 year is 2 years. After 2 years, 3. But I always say, be careful.
Before, 24 years for you. Look at that. That is amazing.
Yeah,
you know?
and I was Mortal knows me. I was a whiskey drinker. I was fucked up, you know. I ruined everything. I ended up in a small cabin, you know, like a little room from a nice apartment. Lost my marriage, lost my friends, lost my job, lost everything, because I was fucked up, you know. Because
it's just that alcohol is it's around everywhere, you know. And you know what makes it even harder over here, like in America, that all the commercials, and you see people enjoy this, you know, and they, you know, and the people that can handle their drinks, you want to be like that, and you can't. If you're a person that can't control your drinking, it doesn't work that way, you know. You're like, and happy hour, 3 to 5 o'clock at so-and-so, margaritas, $2. Whee, this cool commercial. And then you see all these people, tie undone, they're all having a great time in this little commercial for TV. And you're like, oh, it makes you want to go to happy hour. But unfortunately, it really isn't that way. You're not there between 3 and 5. You're there between 3 and 12. And then the restaurant guy's going, dude, you got to leave. You've already had 10 margaritas. Give me another one. Shit, I come here all the time, man. Why are you throwing me out?
Exactly. Gentlemen, habt ihr noch Fragen an James, bevor wir den letzten Song spielen? I think we ask everything already. James,
And it's really difficult to top this song, because this song is very emotional, and it belongs to the big stages. So I'm really happy that you've gone all the way. You've gone all the way, and you lived through so much shit that nothing bad can happen to you now. I mean, the last years went very good for Helstar, and I hope that, especially with this song, with this great song.
There's one question from Peter Hirsch. James, how did you feel when you sang After All by Black Sabbath on the new album? And I loved it. I mean, you know, satisfied?
Yeah, I was satisfied with it. Yeah, I mean, of course, I put my little spin on it as well too. But you know, I'm in a Dio tribute, and I have Sabbath to Sabbath, and After All is in the set list. So I've been singing that song for God knows how long already. You know, it's just one of my favorite Sabbath songs. It's so dark and heavy, and I always thought that Dehumanizer just didn't get the credit it deserved. I think it was better than Mob Rules for sure. You know, that's just my opinion. But I mean, Dehumanizer was probably one of the, I mean, I say it's pretty tied with Heaven and Hell. Heaven and Hell just has a bunch of classics, and it was the first record. But musically and heaviness and darkness, Dehumanizer is one underrated record. That's
the most underrated
record.
Times, right?
Yeah, I mean, in my Dio tribute, we do the song we do After All, we do So you know, we love that record, you know, and so it's cool. And that my Dio tribute's called Children of the Sea, but we do solo Dio, and we also do a few Rainbow songs. But most of it is Black Sabbath Dio era.
Give me the first line from Children of the Sea in James Rivera style.
Yes.
What's that?
The first line.
In the misty morning, on the edge of time, we've lost the rising sun, a final sign.
Yes.
Super.
Absolutely.
That's
I can't believe I did that this
very
early in the
difficult.
afternoon. I just had a long rehearsal last night, but hey, see, it's all part of singing from the diaphragm.
Yeah, and not sitting. This
And
is
yeah.
almost impossible.
Yeah.
James, I write to you a mail and send you the dates when you are available on a weekend from Friday to Sunday. Please be our guest in the Metal Marathon. If you have something new comes out, we have also now since June we have the Metal News Flash, where people come in, have a new single or a new album for a short interview after the main interview. Come in if you have something. Always happy to talk to you.
And you know what'll be even more cool about joining in October? That's what are we in now? June. So let's see, July, August, September. That's only 3 months from now. But you know what'll be really nice to when we see each other, especially for you, Muttle, that you will be 12 months sober. I'll be 4 months sober. So we can have a party and we can drink a
25 years sober.
Yeah, we'll have a
25 years.
So we can have a non-alcoholic toast. You know, there are non-alcoholic beers and things, and they're like 0.0 means no alcohol at all, and they taste good.
Okay.
You know, so there you go. How about that? That's a plan.
James, this was a pleasure. This was, for me, a real hero is here. You know, that's you are humble. You are a fantastic dude and a fantastic singer. That is the real deal. That's.
Oh man,
Majesty is sitting here.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you so much, and I really, I love you guys, all my fans.
Maybe I see you in Belgium in August, and otherwise we see you in
that's
October.
gonna be so much fun. Yeah. We'll have some good non-alcoholic Belgian beer. Well, if you still drink beer, that's okay. You need to have a real one. Don't worry about me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's the only thing I'll get to do, I think, this year to come to Europe. I think I don't see anything else in the works. But we know Helstar is confirmed for Keep It True for 2022, and we know that we will be planning a tour around Keep It True. So Germany will get to see Helstar in 2022, no doubt, unless something happens between here and before the end of the year. Well, that'd be great. But I do know at least this much: next April we're on Keep It True. So it's going to be great, and we're doing a special show where we are doing Burning Star and Remnants of War from beginning to end, both albums.
Whoa.
The ticket from Keep It True, I have since 2 years at home.
Yeah, I know, right? Look how long that's been canceled. I know. It's been hell. 2020 was hell. 2021 started off even more hellish for me. A death in the family, a couple of bad things happened, but now, and I even got COVID myself in March, and COVID is actually when like I told you, I wrote Black Wings of Solitude 3 years ago when I had my drinking was getting out of control, and I got it under control. Then COVID came and threw me back out of control, worse than I was before. I mean, because you gotta think, because music is my life. Touring is 90% of my income. My whole life was taken away from me, and I mean, I was hopeless. But now, thanks to the vampire god, the real god, and whatever we all believe in as a super being, as the greater power. Like,
James, you hangs a little bit. It's the internet's not so good. James, thank you so much. It was fantastic. Don't forget us. If you have some bands, some colleagues with big bands, big names, tell them they are the motherfuckers in Germany. Have a great show. They would interview them. Okay?
So wrong.
Maybe the gods of metal can't take your prayers.
Oh yeah. The gods
And
of metal. Guys, thank you so much. All the fans that are watching this, I love you. Hugs.
talk
Vampire
to you
bite.
in October.
Yeah. So now it's different for me. Not only do you get hugged, vampire bite, and that's the new James Rivera greeting. Yes.
And you know what,
James, take me first.
The
Take me
perfect
first.
neck. Yeah, that neck is. That's one. That's
But
yeah.
I'm one of you,
That's a
so you
prize-winning
can't.
neck.
you know, James, now last chance. Introduce the song Run with the Pack in James Rivera style. Give me the shouting. Come on. Make it.
Which one?
Run with the Pack.
Run with the pack. Run with the pack.
James,
All right, guys. Take care.
stay healthy.
You too. You take care of yourself. Stay safe, and we'll see each other soon. Okay.
Very soon.
Good afternoon.
Bye. Take care. Yeah.
Stay heavy. Bye.
Yes. Take care.
Bye, James.
Bye bye.
Are you ready? Down below here, the walls are out. Yes. But the evil ones are proud. Yes, Lord. And their wicked eyes are on you. Cause there's nowhere they can find you. Swirling around, taking you down. You're the chosen one. You're looking back, you left your track. So now you run with the pack. Come on. Run with the pack. Run with the pack. Run with the pack. Spread away from the rain of the dead. Soul of you, I'm rich and glad. But you listen, just the same. You cry. But now tell me, who's to blame? Swirling around, taking you down. You're the chosen one. You're looking back, you left your track. So now you run with the pack. Come on. Run with the pack. Run with the pack. Run with the pack. Oh no! the ones are proud. Yes, Lord. And the wicked eyes are on you. Daughter. 'Cause there's nowhere they can find you. Swirling around, taking you down. You're the chosen one. You're looking back, you left your track. So now you run way back. Nowhere to hide. So run and grow. You run with me. You won't be free. Why don't you see? It's not a dream. No turning back. Run with the pain.
So
Legend.
Hammer. Und vor allem, was nicht zur Sprache kommt, was man mal erwähnen muss, die Band hat schon so viel durch, die wollte am Anfang niemand haben. Die haben schon so viele Fehler gemacht und so viel Scheiße ist passiert. Von wegen Aufnahmen für 30.000 Euro, also da müsst ihr euch nur mal Helstar Wikipedia durchlesen. Das ist der reinste Trip, wenn da also einer glaubt, er hat eine Band und er macht gerade Scheiße durch oder er hat das ist alles so hart, dann lest euch mal die Story von Helstar durch, was da schon passiert ist.
Ja.
Angefangen von einem falsch geschriebenen deutschen Songtitel oder sowas, den sie dann veröffentlicht haben und bis zu halt Albumaufnahmen, wo ein paar Songs nur noch für 3.000 Euro produziert wurden, statt für 30.000 Rest. Und es klingt dann unterschiedlich und so. Also echt der Hammer. Und jetzt scheint es wirklich zu laufen, so wie sie es verdient haben. Und ja, also der eine Song hat mich wirklich geflasht. Den hatte ich gar nicht mal auf dem Schirm. Der ist ja so großartig.
Welcher?
Da wären solche geile Songs gewesen, die haben so geile Alben gemacht, aber natürlich kann man die alle nicht spielen. Wegen den lieben Orchard, die kann kotzen. Ne? Zum Glück wir haben Glück gehabt, dass AFM und Mark Zuckerberg ja was rausgebracht haben. Gott sei Dank. Sonst hätte man das gar nicht gehabt heute. Also perfekt.
Die Aufnahme vom Keep It True, da war ich dabei. Die wo jetzt da gelaufen sind.
Da warst du dabei. 2004 war das.
Ja.
Mhm.
Warst du in der ersten Reihe? Oder?
Nein, auf der Tribüne. Ich war damals schon bequem.
Ja, sehr geil.
So, der hat mir geschrieben, thank you again, I will leave now. James, he's still here.
Ja, ist natürlich schön, dass es ein Festival diesen Sommer, das erwähnte Alcatraz in Belgien gibt. das stattfindet. Und im August. Und das freut einen natürlich dann, dass so jemand wie er, der da in den USA sitzt, mit einer nicht übergroßen Band, dass er dann ein bisschen Hoffnung schöpfen kann.
So, Gentlemen, wir sind in der...
Entschuldigung. Wie groß ist das Alcatraz Festival?
Kann ich schlecht einschätzen. Ein paar, also 15.000 würde ich jetzt aber mal nur grob schätzen. Also so fast schon Summer Breeze.
Und das findet statt? Ja, das Summer Breeze ist 150.000.
Ja, also es ist schon so mittelgroß. Da spielen schon große Sachen. Creator, Emperor, ganzen Sachen.
So, Gentlemen, wir sind in der Aftershow-Party. Die offizielle zur 2 Stunden 16 geht es eigentlich los. Und wir haben ein schönes Programm noch. Und dann wird es ja wundern, ja, wo sind heute die ganzen Hackfressen? Heute haben wir mal, der Stoffel ist ja im Urlaub. Stoffel, wenn das ist, sauber fahren, gell? Aufpassen, wir brauchen die wieder. Bobbes ist busy und der Frankie hat kurzfristig eine Party angenommen. Mit Dinger. Und daher ist der Metal Mortal heute eingesprungen. Danke.
Als Comeback at home.
Metal Mortal Notlage. Nee, Mann, du bist immer wieder mal drin. Aber heute machen wir dreimal das.
Logisch.
Hast du?
Super.
Also ich hab 5 Preise. 5 Preise vom Bobbisch vorbereitet gekriegt. Hast du auch was zum Verlosen?
Ich?
Nein.
Ich gebe nichts her.
Das wundert mich jetzt. Ich habe ein großes Paket an Bobbis geschickt und das hat er eigentlich verwaltet. Ich habe seitdem...
Hast du nichts mehr?
Aber ich habe schon bei Hallo Leute aus meinem Chat, ich habe schon gesehen im Fanclub, die Sachen sind angekommen vom letzten Mal, also Ende Mai. Also die hat er auf jeden Fall verschickt, der Bob ist alles cool. Und habe dann eigentlich gedacht, er hat sich bei dir gemeldet, was da...
Ja, er hat mir 5 Preise. Ich habe gedacht, von dir kommt auch noch was, dass man ein bisschen was drauflegen kann. Hast du irgendwas noch zu verlosen? Oder
im Moment nicht, weil ich habe ja alles an ihn geschickt.
Ah, okay. Dann war er geizig, der Bobbes. Da haben wir 5 Sachen zu verlosen.
Ich gucke gerade rum, aber ich sehe gerade nur Weihnachtspapier.
Mortal, du kannst doch dein Ding verlosen, deine Webpfanne und deine Urinflaschen für ein Helle. Da braucht ihr nicht so oft drinnen. Nix.
Habe ich nichts gebraucht. Soweit ist Gott sei Dank. Im September, wo ich im Krankenhaus war, da war es so. Da ich 16 Tage beatmet war. Da bin ich flach gelegen.
Ich weiß nicht, wir müssen die erstmal zurückgewinnen. Im Chat geht es gerade über Radtouren am Rhein entlang, bei Rüdesheim am Rhein und so.
Habt ihr den gleichen Chat wie ich?
Naja, die wollen nur Wein saufen, glaube ich.
Also.
Ich weiß gar nicht, ob irgendjemand auf Verlosung wartet. Meldet euch mal.
Ja, logisch warten die auf die Verlosung. Wir haben ja. Aber erst einmal begrüßen wir mal
zwei neue. Schon mehr Muse.
Genau, ich habe noch hier Gold zu verlosen.
Gold. Ja, machen wir Musik und dann, aber erst tun wir 2 Mitglieder begrüßen. 2 neue.
Oh.
Nummer der Stefan Kapitschka ist die Nummer 41 und der Michael Sturm die 42. Bravo.
Dankeschön.
42 Mitglieder.
Hey.
Jawohl. 2 Stargazer. 2 Stargazer-Mitglieder. Jawohl. So. Auf geht's. Heute fängt die Aftershow-Party mit Kicken Valentina an. Haben wir schon ewig nicht mehr gespielt. Aber nicht mit dem neuesten Sänger, sondern mit davor. Aber sehr cooler Song. Turns Me On.
Give me some
Yeah.
So.
Kicken Valentina. Ja. Immer wenn ich die sehe, dann muss ich drin, mein Horror, was ich mit dem gehabt habe, mit dem Schlagzeuger, als er mich nicht gehört hat. Heilandsack.
Was ich zu der Band sagen kann, die hätten vor 2 Jahren beim Bang gespielt und irgendwie bei der Anreise hat Schwierigkeiten gegeben im Flieger. Dann hat der Sänger gestreikt und dann wurde der Auftritt gecancelt.
Und darum ist ein anderer Sänger gekommen wahrscheinlich.
Nein, da hat die Band gar nicht gespielt. Ja, genau, ja. Aber Tatsache,
Das
bei
sind
der
immer diese-
Anreise also bei einem großen Festival.
So, seid ihr bereit für eine Verlosung? Der Andras, der muss gerade runter, dem ist heiß unterm Dach, der muss ja Wasser holen, hat gesagt. Kein Problem.
Hast du Preise?
Ja, also nicht hier haben dort ja der Poppes, aber ich habe was
So.
vorbereitet. Das haben wir noch gar nicht gemacht. Heute mal haben wir mal ein bisschen was gearbeitet, den ganzen Tag vorbereitet. Und jetzt was ganz Neues, das ist Premiere heute mal. Ja, schaut mal, was heute kommt. Was es zum Gewinnen gibt.
Stopp.
Tja, haben wir noch gar nicht. Das dauert bei mir immer. Mortal, ein alter, wo ist ein Schnellzug? Ist kein Schnellzug, ne? So, also, da habe ich ja gedacht, ich habe verschrieben, dabei heißen die Memorain. Nicht
Memoriam.
Nein, nicht, eben nicht. Nicht Memoriam, die heißen Memorain.
Ja, ist
Ja.
klar.
The Ultimative of Man. So, du darfst Stopp sagen. Also, das gibt es zum Gewinnen. So, was ist drin? Heute ist 42 Bälle dann drin. Also jetzt möchte ich die Moment, lass mal ein bisschen.
So.
Was haben wir dann? Moment. 37. 37, dann lassen wir mal schnell mal auf die Listen schauen. Haben wir ja. Moment, da mal schnell. Nummer 37 ist Jürgen Hanke.
Gratulation, gute Scheibe.
Wo bin jetzt wieder? Jetzt komme ich nicht mehr rein. Da.
So. Bin ich alleine? Was willst du wissen? Geschichte aus meiner Metal-Karriere. Gibt es viele. Jetzt bin ich wegen überrascht. Wo ist jetzt der Ritchie? Das ist abgehauen.
Jetzt haben wir ihn ausgehauen. Ich bin auf der Liste geschaut, bin ich plötzlich weg. Das also wird mir jetzt mal passieren. Macht aber nichts.
So hast du mir ganz schön bloßgestellt.
Was hast du gemacht?
Ja, ich habe Wetterbericht vorgelesen.
Das Hoch, das über Blattling hängt, kommt hinten nicht mehr hoch, oder? So
Ja, genau. Zieht über den Bogenberg hinweg.
Jetzt schreibe bloß eine Gewinner ist Nummer, jetzt muss ich gleich mal eintragen, dass ich, heute mache ich ja alles da. So, also, die Memorain, The Ultimative of Man geht an den lieben Jürgen. Gratulation. So, und jetzt wird es Zeit. Die nächste Ankündigung von der nächsten Band fürs Festival. So, welche Band ist, kennt ihr alle, natürlich.
Wo
Einer
sind
der
sie her?
Favorites aus Äthiopien.
Ah, ja, dann weiß ich schon.
Die Zauberer Hund. So, liebe Freunde, die nächste Band. Als nächste, die dritte Band, die vierte jetzt, ne? Die vierte Band ist
Metal is forever! Serious Curse mit dabei beim Metal is Forever Festival.
Am 9. und 10. September 2022.
Im Airport Obertraubling bei Regensburg. 17 Bands.
2 Tage.
800 Gäste. Leute, das wird so geil. Endlich mal wieder Live-Atmosphäre. Wir sind da so heiß drauf, euch zu sehen und mit euch zu rocken.
Metal
Is forever! Stay tuned!
Bondage of our new true love. Anyone here? One lonely
Ist eine
Ja.
Bereicherung, super.
Yes, Peter und Co. Gratulation, dass ihr müsst natürlich dabei sein.
danke für das Video. Haben sie extra noch geschickt, gestern habe ich gesagt, Peter, ich brauche ein Video. Zack. Ja, ich blase gleich Jungs dann. Super, Peter. So, eine
Peter
Band
ist
kommt
auf
noch.
jeden Fall- ist auf jeden Fall ein Bariton-Kollege. Also das mit Metal! Das war richtig gut gemeint. Das war gut gemeint und richtig from the heart.
Ich muss
Aber
da
das
weg
überlassen wir
lesen, was
trotzdem
ist.
Primal 4.
Ja, das Primal 4 ist natürlich.
Serious Curse sind dabei. Sehr schön.
So, Serious Curses ist die nächste Band. Jetzt confirmed. Schau mal, was der Chat schreibt.
Ich kann nichts einschreiben.
Du kannst ja gar nicht schreiben, das ist ja das Problem.
Der Peter belegt den ganzen Chat, weil er sich
Ich hab
bedankt. Der
Ich habe
Liebe.
gesagt, das bleibt unser Geheimnis. Dass ich Analphabet bin.
Was? Out, rausschneiden, sofort.
Ich bin Analphabet.
Ah, jetzt wiederholt es auch. Ah, nein.
Schön. Sag,
Scheiße, jetzt wird die Sendung geblockt. Ah, ist egal.
ach, Mann, man kann doch Arschloch-Sendung sagen, oder? Ist doch kein Problem.
Arschloch! Aber man darf nicht an.
Aber
Ja.
Anders, mir gefällt es, dass der Mord das langsam aufblüht. Das
Total.
allererste Mal,
ist so lauter.
wie ihn reingeholt haben, das allererste Mal, sage ich, und, Mordel, was sagst du dazu? Was sagst du dazu? Sag ich, ja, was
So, was soll
soll
ich sagen? Das war der Bayer in Perfektion, wie wir ihn kennen. Was soll ich sagen?
Ich hab's beim Metal Marathon von Freitag auf Samstag, da war mal eine Übertragung aus dem Luftraum, ungefähr 2 Stunden. Und da war ich auch dabei. Dann habe ich das gesagt, damals, das war der 19. Februar, das war mein zweiter Tag auf der Therapie und da war ich ein bisschen überfordert. Ich habe am Nachmittag von Ritchie die Einladung bekommen, war natürlich stolz, für mich eine Ehre, dann wollte ich das nicht absagen, aber ich war da irgendwie überfordert und ich war irgendwie dann saumiert worden, weil irgendwie da eine Live-Sendung ist und ich, also so schnell schlafe ich nicht ein. Also das war mir da natürlich super peinlich. Und irgendwie hat es ein gutes Feedback
Muss das
gegeben.
gar nicht sein. Muss dir gar nicht sein.
Nein, ja,
Du bist-
und ändern kann ich das sowieso nicht mehr.
Du bist absolut ein Teil von der Show und das macht es ja auch
Ja.
sympathisch. Du bist,
Das ist
Ja.
ja super.
du
Wir
bist
können
ein
Sendung
Aushängeschild
36 nicht mehr toppen. Geht gar nicht mehr.
Ja,
Du hast die zementiert in die Sendung.
Ich
Ja,
glaube
wieder.
glaub nicht, dass ein anderer Podcast so ein True Metaller hat wie dich. Also du bist
nur
Goldstück.
ich habe auch nur die Informationen her von den Zeitungen. Also ich bin noch wahrscheinlich einer der wenigen, die noch Zeitungen kaufen. Auch von dir viele Reviews gelesen, aber nicht im Metal Hard, sondern im Heavy oder was.
Ja, stimmt. Wow, das
Da
ist
war
so
ich-
krass.
Da war
Das
ich
weißt du
Abonnent.
doch, das weißt
Da
du
war
doch.
ich, ja logisch, Andras Kais, oder?
Ja.
Ja,
Du weißt alles,
ja.
das erschreckt.
Nein.
Der Axinger
Nein, da
Thomas
war
ist da. Die müssen wir Servus sagen. Tom, Servus.
Tom.
Abi aus dem Trockenwasser raus.
Servus.
Jawohl.
Unser Tom.
So, der Heli sagt, war was? Ja, vor lauter Brunzen. Die hat was mit der Prostata.
Und dazu das Bild, weißt du, als ob er so in seinem Garten irgendwo war.
Ja,
Und jetzt fragt er mal,
er wässert gerade den Garten.
Nein,
Der Brunzbuschen-Heli.
das ist der Prototyp des glücklichen Schwammershurs. So schaut er aus, der Heli.
Schwammer.
Der Heli ist so geil. Na, ich muss sagen, langsam verliebe ich mich in den Fanclub, weil jeder ist ja also einer Charakter da, weißt du? Da haben sie doch die richtigen getroffen. Wo ist unser Meckerguste eigentlich heute? Da ist er, da lesen sie gerade. Aaron Heike.
Ja!
Meckerguste. Da ist er wieder.
Nein, die meckert nicht. Die ist ja ein wenig kritisch. Ist auch gut, oder?
Aaron Heike ist schon länger am Start. Die fragt die ganze Zeit, wo sind die anderen? Ja, manchmal gibt's ja.
Ja, ist schon geil.
Heike, heute musste ich mit mir zufrieden geben.
Ja, eben.
Ja.
Mecker. Wieso? Aber du hast einen Fan, aber du bist ein heißes Eisen oder was? Andreas, hast du das gerade gelesen vorher? Hast du die Zahl?
Ja, habe ich gelesen, habe ja schon bedankt.
Wer ist das?
Habe ich nicht bezahlt.
So ein Fan. Da hast du 50er, schreib mir was Netz.
Ja, Salah, I greet you.
Nadine, danke. Claudia,
I have
danke.
I have
Aber haben
a
wir-
friend from Finland.
Wir haben ein Mortal braucht gehabt, wir brauchen mal ein Sexsymbol, verstehst? Und jetzt haben wir ein Mortal dafür.
Model auf jeden Fall.
So. Jetzt,
Metal ist
machen
kein
wir-
Sexsymbol. Spurmusik. Ich darf ein bisschen.
Herzig, drag them out. Gibt's als nächstes. Ready? Here we go.
Bringt die Toten raus.
The world
Echt so geil. Und gut, dass du den Namen nochmal eingeblendet hast, weil das
Ja.
Logo war nicht so toll. Konnte man nicht sehen.
Unleserlich, wie bei den meisten Black Metal Bands.
Du kennst den Bilderwitz, ne? So ein Haufen voll Äste und da sagt einer, das ist das Logo von der Black Metal Band.
Genau. Die heißen
Genau.
alle unleserlich.
Genau.
Mhm.
Ja,
So, jetzt haben
Leute,
wir Hetzig. Jetzt könnten wir
Verlosen.
als nächstes was verlosen, genau. Ein nächstes Ding. So, und das hat der Andi schon gar nicht gesehen, oder? Ich habe was gebastelt heute. Als nächstes gibt's. Nein, Verlosung machen wir, genau. Und zwar, here we go.
krass. Striper.
Neue.
Striper.
Was? Was Aktuelles.
So, das muss eigentlich von dir sein, oder? So. Ich bin mal am.
Der sagt, der hat schon Stopp gesagt. Stopp.
Stopp.
Oh, hat er wieder ganz hohe Zahlen. Die Nummer
Neuzugänge, immer geil, Neuzugänge.
38.
Das ist sehr gut, weil die ersten Zahlen haben natürlich auch schon viel gewonnen, glaube ich, am Anfang.
Das halte ich für ein Gerücht.
So, wer hat jetzt die Liste für
Zahlen,
euch?
Zahlen sind
wenn
ein
ich,
Gerücht per se.
wenn ich jetzt hier auf die Liste schaue, dann wird es wieder raushauen. Ich schreibe was rein, Nummer 38.
Servus
Kein
Flo.
Problem.
Der Flo.
Der Flo ist auch da. Schon fertig geprobt, ja? Okay.
So, jetzt schauen wir mal in die Liste rein. Jetzt hat sie wieder. So, schau mal. wer ist
Spannung
Nummer
steigt.
38?
Unendlicher Trommelwirbel. Ihr müsst
Der
euch
Sven
vorstellen,
Föhringer.
der
Der
Furry.
Sven. Der Fury.
Gratulation zu White Metal for you.
Ja, das White Metal für mich ist ein,
Das nervt,
einfach
ne? Das ist der Quatsch.
nein,
das
das ist
eine geile
einfach
Band.
eine schöne melodische Band.
Genau, es ist einfach
Ja.
eine Band.
Die waren vor ein paar Jahren Bang Your Head, das war super.
Ja, es interessiert keinen, ob White oder Christian oder Satanic.
So, jetzt halt anders.
Jawohl,
Jetzt haben wir
jetzt
endlich wieder rausgehauen.
jetzt macht es sich wieder Kaffee. Also Mortal, du hast irgendwelche Spezialknöpfe, oder? Bei dir. Du haust einen
Welche
Ritchie
Knöpfe?
raus. Du hast dich
Bitte?
eingehackt in den
Nein.
StreamYard.
Der hat
Sehr
gesagt,
Ihr
nein.
müsst, ihr im Chat,
Wenn
ihr müsst,
er auf die Mitgliederliste schaut, dann haut es da raus.
Jetzt haut wieder raus da. So ein Scheißdreck.
der Profi.
Ja, nicht Profi. Das ist
Ja.
nicht mehr lang.
Ihr müsst euch das so vorstellen, je nachdem, wie so der Wellengang auf den Philippinen ist, da ist es halt auch so.
Jetzt machen wir es mal anders. Ich sag bloß so die Nummer und ihr wisst ja dann, schreibt so, hurra, ich habe gewonnen. Weil jetzt haut es wieder raus. Mit einem Computer geht das nicht. Das haut,
Gisela schreibt, Hauptsache die Musik gefällt, genau.
Genau. Jetzt waren wir nämlich gerade hier so am Anfang vom politischen Talk
Genau.
und da hat es unterbrochen. Das ist eigentlich ganz gut. Es gibt kein Black Metal, es gibt kein White Metal, es gibt einfach nur guten Metal.
Es gibt zwei Arten von Musik. Heavy Metal und Scheißdreck.
Und Blue System. Genau.
genau. Modern Talking, Scheißdreck.
Nein, No Angels.
Aber ich Ich bin wirklich tolerant musikalisch. Wenn jemand was kann, was ich nur nicht der Back. Letzten Samstag, da war so ein Hip-Hop-Depp da am Fernsehen. Jan Teller oder wie der heißt. Reine Provokation. Ein Prototyp von einem Volldeppen. Für mich das personifizierte Kotzen.
Nee, aber da legst du dann
So,
alles
jetzt geht's mir
rein, was du
besser.
dir aufsparst.
Ich glaube, du brauchst ein Bier.
Ja.
Du redst so komisch.
Nein, geht tadellos.
Nein,
Geht tadellos
Tadellos.
ohne.
nicht
Das habe ich in der
testen,
Therapie
nicht
gelernt.
testen.
Lass
Die
den-
Meinung
lass
zu
den-
sagen, auch ohne Stoff.
Lass dich nicht verführen. Genau das ist das Wichtige jetzt. Da musst du dabei bleiben. Jawohl, Mortal.
Kann nichts versprechen, aber
Iron Heike bringt's auf den Punkt. Fällt nicht.
ja,
Jawohl.
genau.
So, es gibt ein Newsflash, aber leider nicht die Band, die schon gewünscht war. Da hat der Thomas Gindorf heute nicht, dafür eine andere Band. Und die spielen wir dann auch gleich. Wo ist denn mein-
Wieso eigentlich nicht? Also, zack.
Ja, weil ich
Thomas.
es einteile. Weil ich mein Programm
Aber Gindorf
einteile.
der Herr Gindorf hat sich was gewünscht und er wird es auch noch bekommen, oder? Weil
Na,
bei uns
das-
bekommt man alles.
Na, so geht es nicht. Weil da muss
Ja,
ich erstmal das mal
bekommt man natürlich
runterladen.
nicht.
Nein,
Kann
nein,
nicht einfach Angus Young anrufen.
nee.
So
Aber
einfach
jetzt kommt erst einmal das Intro. So, und jetzt confirmed und auch schon bestätigt ist die Band Septagon.
Yes!
Yes.
Here we go.
Cool.
Jawohl.
Ja, das war ein Interviewgast, den du gleich nochmal eingeladen hast. Stimmt's?
Genau. Da bin ja Animierschlampen.
Genau. Da entflieht keiner vor dir. Richie.
Man muss nur frech sein. Musst du merken.
Sag's den Leuten
So,
nochmal, die vielleicht gerade zuschauen, wer das war. Also was für ein Projekt?
Jetzt gerade?
Ja,
Septagon.
der Bandgründer, das ist, jetzt weiß ich der Name nicht, das ist der Gitarrist von Them.
Genau.
Them, das ist so, wird überall so King Diamond-like
Hat man noch
betitelt.
vor
Ist
vor
von der
paar Tagen,
Musik nur weil halt der Sänger ein bisschen das Erscheinungsbild hat, aber meiner Meinung nach mit der Musik, also das Metal ist gar nicht so viel zu tun mit King Diamond. Und dann von Septagon, der Sänger, also dem sie Hauptband sind die göttlichen Atlantean Codex. Und der ist da bei Septagon Sänger. Und wer sonst noch dabei ist, zieht sich
Das ist der
momentan
Mortal.
meiner Kenntnis.
Ja, der Mortal,
den Satz von dir zu hören.
Welcher
Was?
Satz?
Du weißt es nicht.
Entzieht
Welcher
sich
Satz?
deiner Kenntnis.
Ja, momentan,
Das gibt's nicht, das gibt's nicht.
das ist die Nervosität einer Live-Sendung.
Dafür klingt er aber viel zu cool.
Ja, was willst du da sagen?
Es war gut.
Apropos Atlantean Codex, die tauchen in ihrer Sendung nie auf.
Welches Label? Weißt du das?
Die ersten Scheiben waren bei Cruz del Sur.
Ja, die kenne ich gut, weil das war auch meine Band damals. Ja, das dürfte ja kein das dürfte kein Problem sein.
Ja, und der Markus Becker von Septagon, das ist Atlantic Codex, ist die Hauptband. Die kommen, die sind Oberpfalz, sind die. Landkreis
Okay.
Weiden, Tirschenreuth.
Sehr
Das
geile
ist
Band.
eine richtige Weltstars sozusagen.
Atlantic Codex.
Hat
Da
sogar-
schaust
hat
YouTube,
sogar das
gibst du mir
Straßen-
auf Keep It True, da stehe ich in der ersten Reihe und da weine ich.
Also Elke kann dich schon mal beruhigen, Atlantean Codex sind angedacht. Punkt.
Elke. Die Band ist jetzt an mir vorbeigegangen. Das habe ich ich bin 97 ausgewandert, da habe ich etliches verpasst. Mortal der Flexikon, sagt der Ralle. Genau.
Ich weiß auch nur das was irgendwo zum Nachlesen ist.
Also,
Nur das hat meine Mutter schon gesagt, so ein Schmarrn, den kannst du merken.
So, jetzt haben wir Verlosung Nummer 3. Okay.
Jetzt sind wir gespannt.
Jetzt, was haben wir denn da? Okay, auch wieder mit Channel Intro. Aber jetzt schaue ich nicht mehr nach. Jetzt jetzt schaut ihr da draußen, oder der Gewinner sagt Hurra. Ich schaue nicht mehr nach, aber haut mir jetzt mal raus, oder? So, here we go.
War das die Musik?
Na, das ist doch immer die gleiche Musik.
Hätte ja sein können.
Also
So.
die ändert man.
Warum?
Fallen
Ich kann-
Arise. Fallen Arise.
Achtung, ich bin jetzt mal lass mich ein bisschen rühren. Haben wir lauter hohe Nummer, was
ja.
ein, warum?
Also wir lassen dir schon den Sekundenspaß. Geht schon. Der rührt die Bälle.
Mischen.
Stopp!
Ja.
Ja, schon wieder so hohe Nummer. Sag mal, was ist denn da heute los? Nummer 300. Ah, da haben wir noch gar nicht. 30.
Sehr geil. Du bist der
Wer ist
Einzige,
Nummer
der die
30?
Liste hat. Du musst gucken. Du bist der Einzige, der die Liste hat. Ist jemand im Chat, der die Nummer 30 hat? Vielleicht seid ihr schneller als wir. Richie guckt schon. Jetzt fliegt er gleich wieder raus wahrscheinlich.
Gisela, dein Sohn hat eine gute Erziehung.
Morten, der Freund meines Sohnes, feiert Atlantic Codex. Auch total ab. Außer dass man es mit K schreibt. Bitte aufpassen.
Corona sagt,
Codex.
Astrid.
Deutscher
Astrid.
Codex.
Gewinner ist Nummer 30. So. Passt doch. Astrid, haben wir gewonnen.
Astrid.
Astrid.
Glückwunsch.
Glückwunsch. Sie hätte einen Helle-Treffer können.
Was ist denn das für eine Band, was sie gewonnen hat? Was war denn das gerade?
Das
Fallen Arise?
war Fallen Arise.
Septagon.
Nein.
Fallen Arise. Septagon die kennen ja aus.
Septagon war nur der Newsflash, dass sie kommen.
Ja, der ist ganz verblöd letzter. Septagon.
Nein, er ist einfach aufgeregt.
Nein,
Ich dachte, er hat einen Herzinfarkt.
Ich wollte nur kontrollieren, ob ihr mitdenkt.
So, mein Gott. Da mal sagen,
Richie, du hast schon wieder schwarze Zähne.
ja, das ist so.
Schwarze Krause, heimlich.
Das ist mein Greenscreen. Sagst du, was ich überhaupt hinter mir habe?
Ja, wahrscheinlich ist es auch der Kautabak. Das ist in Wirklichkeit ist ein
Ich bin ja kein Schwede.
Genau, und hat da immer so Bollen im.
So, jetzt gibt es mal wieder was vom Masterplan.
Musik, bitte.
Lange nichts mehr gespielt vom
Was
Masterplan.
Neues? Nein,
Was Neues gibt es nicht. Aber
im Moment nicht.
cooler Song. Time to be a King.
Sending a message to me.
So,
Ja.
jetzt wisst ihr nichts mehr, gell?
Ja, ist doch schon ein bisschen älter, weil da ist der Mike Tirana noch zu sehen, wo immer auch der jetzt so rumtrommelt. Das ist schon eine geile Besetzung, ne? Der Jorn.
So,
Oh,
Also,
no.
das ist ein Hochstapler. Sag ich schon da, bitte. Was ist denn da drin? Ich mein Quatsch.
Es gibt immer was Neues bei uns. Ne, also das liegt nicht am Ritchie, glaube ich. Also
Oh,
ihr könnt
mein
beruhigt
Gott.
sein. Er findet sich selbst so geil. Nein, ist nicht der Fall. Das war ein Versehen. Jetzt ist er raus.
Jetzt hat sie so beleidigt.
Erst doppelt.
so.
Welcome to the
Komm wieder da.
Philippines. This is your network connection. It is very
Geht's wieder?
special.
Das habe ich halt richtig schön hunzt.
Hunst.
Warte mal, ich
Ich hab mal gehört, Hunst.
das wird reden.
Verhunzt heißt das, ja. Steht im Duden, verhunzt.
Ja, es ist halt so, Leute, wenn man einen Host auf den Philippinen hat, eigentlich sind wir bisher ganz gut gefahren, oder? In fast einem Jahr.
Im Januar, Februar werde ich ihn vielleicht besuchen.
Oh, fuck, du machst Urlaub. Oh.
Ja, wenn es dabei keine Quarantäne mehr gibt.
Geht's wieder?
Also der Mortal hat gerade nur gesagt, er besucht dich.
Vielleicht.
Und dann hat sie
Januar,
rausgehauen.
Februar. Wenn es dabei keine Quarantäne mehr gibt, war ein Kumpel habe ich, der ist in Cham. Bei Hua hin.
Kam ist in
Ja,
Bayern.
Kam nördlich von Hua hin.
CHAM ist aber in Bayern, oder? Kam.
Das ist von mir 50 Kilometer. Ja, das ist eine Stadt in Thailand. Die
Auch,
schreibt man auch,
okay.
aber mit
Das
zwei
schreibt man auch
A.
so. Ah, okay, dann haben wir noch was gelernt hier. Also der
Und da
Ritchie
war ich
ist,
so eine Südthailand-Rundreise und dann vielleicht auch auf die Philippinen.
mega.
Wenn es
mega.
ihm recht
Hört ihr
ist.
mich?
Ja.
Wir hören dich schon, aber du kommst ein bisschen abgebrochen daher. Also wir
Ja,
hoffen
so.
nicht, dass es ein Tsunami
Bin
ist.
zweimal da. So ein Scheiß.
Bei uns nicht.
Jetzt tut er
das
so,
war
als
sehr
ob er sich nicht zweimal zugeschaltet hätte. So können wir ihn.
Ja, das
Ja. Spur Muse.
Genau,
Ja.
hau ein Video raus.
wird jetzt besser. Ist halt Magic Show, genau.
Auf jeden Fall kommt dich der Mortal besuchen. Du brauchst nicht so erschrocken schauen.
Ja, das wird wahrscheinlich das Problem sein.
Jetzt
Glaub-
gibt's.
Der verbarrikadiert jetzt. Na, wenn es mal das vorbei ist, ich
Da
hoffe,
hat er
Januar,
gedacht,
Februar, dass da ohne Quarantäne. Weil sonst habe ich keine Lust.
meine einzige Urlaub sind Festivals. Seit
Ja,
So, Freunde, jetzt gibt's was.
2 Jahrzehnten.
Nächste Band. Möchtest du wissen, was die nächste Band ist fürs Festival?
Oh, wollt ihr wissen? Du musst den Chat fragen, nicht uns.
Ja,
except
Jetzt
in
ist
Originalbesetzung
soweit.
mit Jörg Fischer.
Seid ihr noch da, verdammt? Schreibt doch mal was.
Nadine, ich liebe dich auch. Schau hier.
Ja, Nadine ist der Hammer. Okay, so.
Das
Ja,
hat
Freunde,
noch
hier
nie
ist-
jemand zu mir gesagt.
Ja, Morten
Band
ist
Nummer
der
5.
Hammer. Sorry. Du auch.
Achtung,
Jetzt kommt die
Band
Band.
Nummer 5.
Tonight I'm crossing Hell's Gate. Excited to see the Welt. I hear the head on barking. Ready to fist my coming. Wow!
Ah.
Yeah. Es kommt gut an.
Overdrivers, die 5. Band.
Aus Belgien.
Nee, Frankreich.
Frankreich.
Ja.
Okay, sorry. Fast.
Overdrive, ja.
Ja.
Mhm.
So, nächste Woche gibt es wieder 2 neue Bands. Bei mir ist allerdings heute jetzt, ich habe da irgendwann Hunde gebracht. Bei mir ist überschlagt das alles. Die Musik, ich habe mir jetzt doppelt und so.
Ja, es ist, du kommst abgehaxt. Sieht's aus.
Ja. Dann werde ich euch noch jetzt 2 Sachen verlosen und noch einen Song und dann ist er schon 3,5 Stunden dann. Okay?
Genau, hauen wir's raus, Leute, und dann, ja,
Schade.
hier scharren auch schon ein paar Hunde. Ihr wisst schon.
So, hier kommt der nächste Preis. Achtung. Lade Donation.
Blutspende? Blutspende, oder? Morten, du.
Stopp! Stopp!
Oh. Nummer 14.
14 in life, you got it. 14. Oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott, oh
Wer ist-
Gott.
You know.
Das war unter 18, scheiße, wurde gleich angeklagt.
Wer ist 14?
Aber wer ist 14?
Günter Lupzig war das früher.
Also nicht wieder. Der Heli schreibt Hurra. So, wer ist 14? Ihr draußen, ihr Gurken.
Schlecht. Das ist zu schlecht. Das können wir nicht so stehen lassen. So, schau in die Liste.
Der Heli war's. So, Moment mal.
Der Heli schreibt ich.
Helly! Der holt sich
Helly
gerade
schreibt
Helles. Der Helly schreibt nur
So.
I. Ich
Heli,
krieg den noch raus. Jawohl.
du kriegst eine
Wo ist denn
Bluttransfusion.
Helly?
Der Heli ist ein Ratz hat gewonnen.
Soll ich übersetzen?
Der kriegt seine Brunzflaschen. Der braucht nicht mehr zum Brunzen gehen. Er kann unten schauen. Lass es laufen, Heli. So. Haben wir noch Musik eine? Okay.
Eine Musik und ein Gewinn haben wir noch. Stimmt?
Ja, jetzt machen wir noch eine Musik und dann noch einen Gewinn und dann noch einen Rausschmeißer. Und
Oh,
noch schon mal gespielt. Crossplane.
She's so lovely to me. Some
Crossplane.
Der abgehackte Richie ist am
Ja,
Start.
das ist Katastrophe.
Was ist jetzt gerade los? Ist irgendwas passiert? Ein Erdbeben oder so?
Wurscht.
Nee, ich habe mich aus Versehen doppelt eingeloggt, weil ich mir raus. Ich wollte nochmal die Liste schauen und habe mich aus Versehen nochmal eingeloggt mit 2. Ich kriege immer raus. Jetzt bin ich zu zweit drin.
Aber wieso kannst du nicht aus einem rausgehen?
Ich kann nicht raus. Das geht nicht.
Okay.
Müsste die
Das
Sendung
ist-
stoppen? Dann ging es vielleicht.
Nein, jetzt ziehen wir es durch, Mortal, oder?
Na, sowieso.
Ja, immer.
Automatisch.
Automatic. Automatic.
Einen Preis haben wir
Lover.
noch.
Jetzt bin ich gespannt.
So. Jetzt gibt's was zum Anziehen. Lange Unterhosen für ein Model.
Hobby, brauche ich nicht. Bin ich gut ausgestattet.
Ja, Leute, das ist ein Promo-Shirt, das es so nicht zu kaufen gibt. Das gab es damals
Von
zum
Hammerfall.
Album Crimson Night.
So.
Ein
Wer
Live-Album,
kriegt's?
One Crimson, nein.
One Crimson Night ist korrekt.
Das war das
Ja.
Live-Album zur Crimson Thunder Tour.
Ja, du hast recht. Genau.
Also, ich bin so frei. Okay?
Ah, stopp! Halt!
Nummer 22.
Hammerfall.
Acacia Avenue.
Ja, das war.
Nummer 22.
Nicht Nachschau.
So, mein Lieben, das ist, das sind wir zum Aushalten. Jetzt übersteigt es bei mir alles. Ich höre mich hier
Hearts
echt
on
doppelt.
fire. Hearts
Würde mal
on
sagen,
fire.
heute mache ich schon mit die Endmoderation.
Okay. Aber
Vielen
Nummer
Dank
22. Check erstmal die Nummer 22. Ganz
Ich check
wichtig.
nichts mehr, weil so können wir mehr rein. Das kannst du schauen, wie es ist.
Okay.
Das
Ich
war's.
notier's.
Genau. Die Nummer 22. Glückwunsch.
Nadinis.
Ja, schon her dann. Passt
Das
ja.
ist die Nadine.
Glückwunsch.
One
Hammerfall.
Desire. Da schneidest du die Ärmel ab und das ist ein geiles T-Shirt. Das machen wir schon.
So, am Montag haben wir Lords of Salem. Sehr cool. Am Dienstag Inner Skin. 16. Oleg. Ich. Die Rocksau. 17. Ross der Boss.
Jawohl.
Und 18. Damn Escape.
Und ganz kurz, der Föri sagt, er hat nichts mitbekommen, habe ich Erfahrung gewonnen, das auf jeden Fall. Schau dir die Sendung 3-mal noch an. Dann hast du auf jeden Fall was dazugelernt, Erfahrung gewonnen und du hast auch was gewonnen, Föri. Glaub, oder?
Ja,
Aber
an
das
Erfahrung.
jetzt-
Ja, ja. Und
Hat er was
an-
gewonnen diesmal?
an sehr viel
ihr gewinnt doch
Herzlichkeit.
alle. Ihr gewinnt doch alle ständig.
Genau.
Andras,
Ja.
von Atlantean Codex. Also die ersten beiden offiziellen Scheiben waren Cruz del Sur Records und die letzten 2 Van Records.
Bisschen, oh, hier klappert. Van Records dürften ja sauber sein. Das
Bitte?
war ziemlich klar.
Ja, aber das ist doch eigentlich ein normaler Black Metal, oder?
Ja, schon.
Also,
Ja, schon.
Atlantean Codex hat mit Black Metal so viel am Hut wie der Saddam
Ja.
Hussein mit dem katholischen Glauben.
Wir enden nicht politisch.
Ja, nein, so.
Nee, aber das dürfte schon alles hinhauen, ja, genau. Ist
So,
kein
mein Lieben.
Nazi. Ja.
Der Rauschmeister heute Abend ist jemand, der hat uns sehr geholfen. Dank Andras. Darum habe ich ihn auch gewählt. Ja.
Was?
Kein geringerer als Herr Alex Krull.
Doch,
Hey,
Gebührt Dank
City.
auf jeden Fall.
Das wird heute der Rauschmeißer. Und ich verabschiede mich auch schon von euch beiden. Danke, dass ihr heute dabei wart.
Gott sei Dank.
Danke an den Fanclub. Oh, schlaft er schon.
Ganz kurz, Nadine, du hast ein Hammerfall T-Shirt gewonnen. Das kam in dem Clip kurz, wurde es abgebildet. Crimson Night
Ja.
steht da.
Nein, Moment, ein Stringtanker.
Nee, muss ich umnähen.
Da wollen wir da schon ein Foto haben, ne? Von der Nadine.
Oh, der Ritchie.
Ein nice Feiertagshemd.
Also, es bricht ab bei Ritchie, aber das kommt immer nur durch.
Ja,
Sehr geil. Also wir sind noch am Leben. Ihr merkt, solange das bei Ritchie noch intakt ist, ist alles gut.
okay. So, das war's gewesen für heute. Geile Woche, geile Bands und Highlight wieder heute mit Helstar. James Rivera war super. Ihr beiden auch super. Montag 20 Uhr wieder.
War mir eine
Alles
Ehre.
Gute, Leute. Schönes Wochenende.
Gute Nacht.
Schönes
Ciao.
Wochenende, bleibt gesund.
Stay heavy
Okay,
Stay true.
Rock'n'Roll.
und hört mehr Heavy Metal.
Im Metal we trust. United
United we stand.
we stand. United we bang. Ciao, gute Nacht.
Hi everyone, Mickey D here. Don't forget, metal is forever. Rockcast Show. So stay tuned, enjoy the show, and don't forget to rock and roll. Bye bye.
Die Metal is Forever Rockcast Show wird präsentiert von Hardline, das Rock- und Metal-Magazin. Überall erhältlich, wo es Zeitschriften gibt. Im Abo besonders günstig. 6 Ausgaben zu 25 €. Holt es euch. Hardline, das Rock- und Metal-Magazin. Der Vegan Ashes of Rock'n'Roll. Veganer Lifestyle ist lebendiger Rock'n'Roll. Wir sind Rebellen. Wir sind Veganer. Wir lieben das Leben und leben es mit jeder Menge Spaß. Fliesenspitzner, der zuverlässige Handwerker für alle Aufgaben rund um das Verlegen von Fliesen, Platten, Mosaik und Naturstein. Crazy Stuff Tattoo in Schwandorf, Tätowierer aus Leidenschaft. Dein Tattoo-Studio in privater Atmosphäre und für individuelle Tattoos. Luftraum Fürstenfeldbruck, die Rock- und Metal-Kneipe. Jede Woche von Donnerstag bis Samstag Rock und Metal vom Feinsten. Power Concerts Burg Lengenfeld. Wenn es um Konzerte geht, dann Power Concerts. Karten gibt's an allen bekannten Vorverkaufsstellen. Vanguard Studios. Zusammenarbeit mit Indiscreet Audio. Das Metal Dream Team für die metallischen Produktionen vom ersten Ton bis zum fertigen Produkt seid ihr bei uns an der richtigen Stelle. Meldet euch unverbindlich bei uns. The Metal is Forever. Schwammerhandler. Fanshop Story Mall. Der offizielle Partner der Metal is Forever Rockcast Show. Rock of Angels Records. Von Metal Fans für Metal Fans. The home of Rock and Metal. Roar!